We had to go get water every morning too.
Where was the well?
Well, it was at the Elke farm.
Oh, okay.
Which he went to school here, William Elke, and we would go and get water, and then we would put it in that crock. Only that crock was not over in that corner, if I remember right. It was right over here. And it was on a shelf thing like that there, so I could be mistaken too, right or left. But it was on the back wall, but I thought it was here, and I don't remember the bookcase.
Would there have been that many books?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I could not really tell you.
Yeah.
I could not tell you. But
So you said a Victrola in that corner.
Huh?
But you had a Victrola.
A Victrola in that corner. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it had the big tube.
Do you remember your teachers?
Yep. Lucille Warrington was the last one.
Lucille Ward.
Warrington, yes.
Warrington.
Warrington.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she was my last teacher. She was a good one.
Did you have that globe, something like that?
What's that?
That globe that's hanging up there?
I could not tell you for sure. I can't remember throwing any spitballs or anything at it. So
How many students would have been in the school?
Well, the year I graduated, there was myself, and I graduated with 3 other girls. And I just left her this morning. She's at the Stacyville Nursing Home, and the same age.
Who's that?
Marcella Brandt.
You know Marcella, okay.
Yeah.
I remember her.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Well, she lived right.
She's in the nursing home.
Yeah, but her
in
house was
Toeterville.
just right by this.
Huh?
Her house where she lived or she owned.
Oh no, it was a mile and a quarter down the road.
Oh, that far. Okay.
Yeah, she walked to school every day. As a little kid.
And where did you live?
Well, we were fortunate. We lived real close on the crossroad. The school was here.
Yeah.
And the Elke farm was here. Ours was over here. The Ziegler farm was here.
Okay.
And I lived there, so it was just walk through the woods a little bit and cross the road, and in there we were. So that kind of worked pretty good for us.
What grade did you graduate? Was it
8th grade.
8th grade? Yeah.
And I never did go to high school.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I turned 17, I went to the Navy, and I was gone for 6.5 years.
World War II vet.
And Korea.
And Korea both.
I no sooner got out of World War II and then I ended up getting called back in I had a specialized rating, so I had to go back in for the Korean one.
Thanks for doing
And it
it.
was that was a good experience in life too. And you have that's your duty.
Yeah,
But every morning here we went outside and put the flag up, summer and winter. And all the kids lined up out there.
Did the Pledge of Allegiance? Yeah.
Yep. That was a must.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a fabulous education here. But back to the teacher like Lucille Warrington, she was just a young one.
Yeah.
Just a new graduate and everything, and when she came, that's when everything you worked at your own pace.
Okay.
Because you never knew you could be in 3rd grade and you would be sitting around this stove here, and the teacher would be teaching somebody right next to you that's in 8th grade.
Yeah.
So you always heard it.
Yeah.
You didn't know what.
I think that was valuable.
You didn't break down to any grade level at all. You were
just wherever your level was.
When when you were in 8th grade, heck, you already heard that.
Yeah.
But she let you go, and you could work at your own pace. Because when I graduated from grade school, I already had algebra and trigonometry and some calculus.
And she could teach you with that. Yeah.
She taught me math. And I was good at math. And that was when I went in the Navy, I went into a specialized rating right away because my math scores were so high.
Uh-huh.
More than...
Cool. That is really
you know what I mean?
something,
so
yeah.
I always think of her and how good she was and how good I had it. That otherwise I wouldn't have known it.
Yeah.
I'd have went in and I'd have been peeling potatoes on her ship. And that would have been it, but I didn't. I ended up with a specialized rating and everything, and where there was already college guys that were in the same rating.
Yeah.
So you had to compete with it.
You knew.
And it's been that way all my life. All that teaching out of this school was better. I did go and take some college courses, and that there are things like that. But
And you live in Wisconsin now.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we lived in Milwaukee outside of Milwaukee for many years, and I was a plant superintendent there at Briggs and Stratton for 31 years.
Oh, really? Okay.
And then we moved up where my wife comes up by Eau Claire.
Okay.
And my son lives up there on a farm. He wanted a farm, and so we bought a farm for him. And my wife comes from there anyhow. And so then when I retired 35 years ago, that's
where you headed.
Well, I said the day I retired, I'm going back to the farm. And that was a time of my life, and it's been a good one. I've had a good life.
Yeah.
And most people don't get 35 years of retirement.
No,
And,
that's right. Yeah.
I'm looking for another 10. At
You
least.
you can do it.
I think so.
I do too. You get around.
My dad met. I had a family he came from. Had 16. He had 16 brothers and sisters. They were from Stacyville. There they were born, and they all went over 100.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, and they were all had their right minds at the end. That's
a big
amazing.
thing.
I was very
much.
surprised this morning. Like I say, I got my right mind yet too. But when I met Marcella this morning at the nursing home today, because I told her the last time I was here we seen her yet, she was still out on the farm, and I said, when we come, I said I will come to see you, and she has her mind. She does. She recognized me right away. She knew.
I remember she liked cats.
Oh, she liked. Well, that was a discussion this morning. She liked. Yeah, she liked cats. And, I like cats, but I don't like them in my house.
No, me either. I'm with you on that.
But I don't like them in my house. We got some cats at our place, and we live out in the country.
Cats are fine outside.
But you want them to keep the mice population
That's
up.
right.
We don't have any mice problem at all ever.
Yeah.
And even if you get a mole in the yard, he's gone the next day already. They found him. But like I say, I was so happy that she had her right mind. She recognized me, and I said, and hopefully if I can drive down again next year, I'll do it. Or maybe, who knows, might even be this fall again.
You could, come. We have the power show out here next weekend.
I know, I'd love to be here because he's a power man.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he's the power man. He's the Oliver man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he calls out a lot of the tractor pulls he did many years. He's Gary Ziegler.
Okay.
See, I got kind of shipped out here. It was kind of before even my dad and mother they separated, and then it became a little hard. This was before the war, and it was kind of hard on my mother because I had my older brother and then my sister. That's my sister there.
Okay.
And in Milwaukee, so they just kind of shipped me out to the farm every summer, and all of a sudden I went out to the farm once, and then and when it came time I was going to go back to Milwaukee, I had to go to school. I went a couple of years there. My grandpa just asked, "How would you like to stay here?"
Really?
And I says, that was right up my alley. I had a cousin that he went to school here too. He graduated, but his dad.
Okay.
And his eyesight was very poor. He couldn't see about that far, and for up until I knew he was kind of getting interested in girls, and that because I was his eyes all the time. I did the driving. We did a lot, everything that I made him. He did everything that normal kids could do, and we would go out and we had a good time growing up together, and but then it kind of came that time, and I said, I think it's time for me to leave and go away, and that's when I went in the Navy, and then it wasn't long after that he had his eye on a girl already before that, and they connected just like that, and she was his eyes after that. So I did what God sent me for.
That's
and
right.
I always looked at God sent me for that mission, but it also gave me a completely different upbringing than what my sister and brother had.
Yeah.
They had all good, but that was about all my mother could handle.
Were you in the Pacific?
Yeah, in the Pacific.
Yeah.
Well, like I say, I had 6.5 years. It was a good experience in my life, but I got a lot of history to talk about.
Did you get the honors flight to Washington?
I went on the honors flight out of Eau Claire. I went on that too.
Yeah, we saw the monument.
That's a
there.
terrific thing. That's a terrific.
It is.
It was a very. A lot of them, some of them take their wives and stuff. And I told my wife, "You don't go with me." I said, "If you want to go to Washington, I'll take you myself." But I says, "This is with my friends, my buddies." And I'm a VFW and a Legion member, lifetime. And I says, I have to do this myself, and I cried the whole time.
I bet.
I did. I cried the whole time. I just, because I wasn't going as much for myself as I was for my shipmates.
But it really,
because they can't be there. That's what you're going for, not for you. It's for them. I would love to know how many, if there's any classmates left.
I know.
You know what I mean? I was hoping that, because I know
somehow.
I know some of the ones after, but I don't know how far.
I'm recording you.
I know that's all right with me.
Okay,
I'm happy to be able to
that'll be on
contribute
there.
what I can to.
Yeah.
Like I say, it.
So
we sure as hell never had an electric fan.
No.
There wasn't no electric. Because there wasn't electric
that's why the lamps are in the windows.
There wasn't even electric in the area.
No.
We didn't have it on the farm.
That was until what?
We didn't have it on the farm.
The 30s or what
no,
was it? REC 40s?
Yeah. That didn't happen until the 40s. I think about 43.
Yep.
I think it was even right after graduating. That's when we first got it. On the farm and anywhere. So we didn't have nothing. No. But I can always remember we had our Christmas programs and we'd be over there and oh golly. Like I said, I got so many memories that
Did you ever write it down?
No, I have never. Good. I'm glad you're getting it because that's what should.
I'll
be.
give this to the museum. They
it is. I like I say. We had such a upbringing out here. When I got shipped to the farm, my grandpa he needed another head to feed, just like a hole in the head, and it was sure because he got widowed at a very young age. His wife died of the Spanish flu when his let's see, when the last son was born, and she died shortly after his birth. And my aunt then had to take care of him and everything like that. And do big woman's work when she was only a kid herself.
Yeah,
at that time. And my grandpa, of course, he even paying off on the farm and everything. And people wondered how the hell is he going to raise 6 kids?
Yeah.
But he did it, and you never, and he was a man that he was such an example to us that we all admired him because
Isn't that good?
kids could never do anything wrong, ever. Kids
that
could
right?
never do anything wrong.
Yeah.
And we helped them. You had to work all the time. You had your chores to do, and I can remember that bookcase.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It would be built
I
to
can
hold
remember that.
hold the chimney up.
And I wouldn't even be too surprised. There had to be something in there,
Yeah.
it don't look like it's been tampered with too much.
I
And,
don't.
you know
we
what I
haven't
mean?
done anything
You
since
know, I
I've been
don't look
around.
like it was tampered with too much.
No.
And I wouldn't doubt if them books were there.
Yeah.
I'd have to look, see how far they go back.
Would
but
she
I'm
have
sure-
other storage cabinets or something
I
up there?
couldn't tell you.
Wonder.
All I can remember the Victrola, but I can remember her desk. That's where it's at, right in the middle of the thing there.
I'm just so glad to find out so much of this is really the
Oh yeah,
original.
That's our. Remember the desk. And
Yeah.
I can remember. I kind of sat to the back, and I think the girls were there too. I can remember one of them was sitting there. That was a little rascal. That was I just ever since they moved in here, I always wanted to come and
Did you
just see.
know how they bought it?
No.
They had a sale, and the fair wanted it. They bid $35, and nobody else bid because they wanted.
Oh,
the
they
fun-
wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
Nobody
no, they
would
wanted.
bid against that. Hell,
Yeah.
they shouldn't even had to pay 35.
No, I know it.
You know what I mean? I'd have forgot.
So-
After that, I would have said, "Forget the 35, and it's going." Oh gosh.
I know it's such a good thing they saved it. You know. And, well, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you for the stories and for your service. And
after this, I'll even think of more about
I know.
the school. I will. It just, like I say, it just, them were memorable days.
yes, simple.
Yeah,
But
very,
hard work,
sim-
but simple and-
Very simple. Yeah. Yes, I know darn well.
The water was back there.
The thing was there because when we came in the morning, usually we're carrying our